Okay, so because I was having some technical difficulties in class, I want to put up a short video of how we actually would run this linear regression from a typical kind of view. So, and I figured out I just had to stop my OneCloud from sharing, and then when I go to my data tab, right, that data analysis shows up over here. Okay, so once I open data analysis, and then I go down here, I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's this regression option. Right? So I'll hit OK on the regression option. And now I'll say, okay, what's my Y variable? So in class, kind of the example we had was we were trying to predict GPA using SAT scores. All right, so I'll click that little arrow, go over here, select my column A1, so Control Shift, hit my down arrow, hit this little arrow again. What's my Y range? So scroll all the way back up. I can select that and hit Control Shift or Command Shift on a Mac, down arrow, and now I've got my Y and X variable selected. So it's going to be treating GPA as my Y variable, and the SAT score is the X variable. Now, one kind of, if you're kind of on a laptop and it's difficult to scroll and things like that, notice what I could have done once I realized kind of the range of data for my Y variable, and I knew that that SAT score was in column B, I could actually just type this in. Basically, everything I have up above, it's just now instead of column A, I type in column B, but right, the same kind of starting in the same row, ending in the same row. So I selected the labels, so I want to make sure that I select that. Right. I could kind of choose which confidence level I want. I don't really necessarily, we haven't really covered that yet, so I'm just going to leave that off of the output. Now, I showed you kind of in class, you can put this on the same sheet. I'm going to actually just put it as a new worksheet, and I'm not going to kind of select any of this additional information at this point, okay? So I hit OK, and then on this other worksheet, it puts out all this information. You know, the first thing I always do is this column A1 is always going to be small, so I just kind of fit it so that I can read everything nice and easy. So similar to what, you know, once I got the output in class that we looked at, now you've got your coefficients, your standard errors, your test statistics, and your p-value. So if you're having issues getting that data analysis tab to show up or kind of getting it added in, please reach out, let me know ahead of time. I know for some of the older Macs, there's a program you can download. I think it's like StatLE. But some of the newer Macs, you should be able to get that data analysis kind of up there. So if you're having problems with that, let me know, because that's going to be part of that third individual assignment. Right? Just because I'm putting up an additional short video, I'm trying to keep it short, but kind of show you another example. So this was the output that we looked at in class on income and the number of days that someone used marijuana each month. So if I open that up, I've got my data here. Once again, data analysis. The regression is quite a bit further down. Hit OK. Now I'll select my Y range. Make sure that it's for this data sheet. So you see how it kept in the old values. So I'll have to make sure that now that we're on this new sheet, that we select these. Okay. So I've selected my Y variable to be, oh, what did I do wrong? So if I go back up here, first of all, I selected what column here? I actually selected the year. Well, the Y variable I wanted was actually income. Right? So I'm going to change this. Here we go, I'll just select it again. I'm going to change this to column C. Okay. Delete the old stuff. I'm going to change my X variable to column B. So I'll select that, hit this little arrow guy. I selected the labels. I'll put it on a new worksheet. Once I hit OK. Now I get those same regression results that we were looking at in class for kind of relationship between the number of days someone uses marijuana each month and their income. Got my p-values, test statistics, coefficients, and my standard errors here. Okay. So hopefully this help. Took a lot of time in class for me to try to figure out how to get that data analysis added in. So if you're having any problems, let me know. But these are just two examples that you can kind of look back on.